Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming and joining us here today, whether you are here live with us right now or you are catching a recording. Just want to say thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy. Okay, hello and sounds like we were having a little tech glitch come in there. So why don't we take a moment to all ground in together and connect in together. As you're arriving, just say, hi, my name is Carol, and I'm here in New York City. I'm tuning in with you here from the island of Manhattan. And I'm a mama, and I'm part of this beautiful community that is gathering here today. And I am a nutritionist, and I work with women from preconception through their postpartum time. And it is a true honor and privilege of mine to have the opportunity to empower and support a woman during these very important times and stages of her life, because we're birthing in the next generation. And it's something that I feel is a great honor and privilege in my life. So, dear ones, whether you are a mama or a papa, or if you are someone who also shares the privilege of working with them or just loves mamas and papas, let's take an opportunity here to tune in to our breath and to these vibrant bodies of ours. And I invite you, if it feels good, you can close your eyes, and if you prefer not to, you can just start to bring our attention inwards. And again, an invitation, if it feels right for you in this moment, to bring a hand to your heart, and another to your belly, your womb or hara. We are gathering on this Scorpio full moon, which is bringing an opportunity for transformation and for deeper self-love and deeper self-care, and will bring the energy forth that is needed for such deep self-care. And so as we come together from all different places, and we can feel our hearts beating, and we can feel our belly rise and fall with this gift of breath. I invite you to take a moment for self-reflection, just noticing how you are arriving here today, noticing what threads of energy are feeling vibrant and illuminated and alive for you today. And noticing where you feel like you would like to lean in and receive more nourishment. And let's simply breathe into all of those places. May this call here today be one that nourishes you, one that brings a spark of inspiration for your life, for your family. So taking another breath, and if your eyes were closed, you can simply bring your hands to cover your eyes before you open them so that you don't open them to the bright light of the screen just yet. And then with the warmth of your healing hands over your eyes, gently open your eyes and slowly allow the light of the screen again as you bring your hands away from your face. Thank you for taking that opportunity to ground in with me and with all of us today. So we're going to transition now, and I have the distinct pleasure of introducing someone who's very near and dear to me, my sister-in-law, Leah Lauren Borowski, who is going to be facilitating this call for us today. Leah is my sister-in-law. She was the one who saw me struggling in my health and my well-being, in my finances, and invited me into this community. She is an incredible heart-centered leader, and she was actually my doula and helped to birth in my son 11 years ago. And I couldn't think of a better person to have been present in that journey with me. That is how much space this woman holds. So, dear one, I'm going to pass the energetic talking stick your way.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you for opening us up with that grounding meditation and that opportunity to breathe in the nourishment. And yeah, I'm so grateful to be here. And I am noticing that it hasn't switched to my face, but it will at some point, probably. So Carol, just keep smiling. Okay, Erica sees me. On my computer, I'm seeing Carol, but it's wonderful. So, all right. Well, I'm Leah, and yeah, I am so grateful to be here. I love to support mamas and families to thrive. This is how I came into learning about a deeper level of thriving in myself, was after becoming a mama. I've been an acupuncturist and massage and craniosacral therapist, and very passionate about health and about organic food since I first learned about it as a teenager. And I've been in the healing realm of practice for 25 years now. And when I became a mother 4 years ago at age 40, I knew a lot about health, and yet waking up every night, every 45 minutes to 2 hours for a year really puts a strain on the ability to function. So any of you mamas out there, I imagine this might resonate for you. The lack of sleep is real, and it has a big impact on our ability to function on every level. And what I realized was, like, I was trying so many different pathways for how I could heal. I was really adrenally fatigued, and I was working with clients, and I was trying to figure out how to balance being with my daughter, working with clients, how to take care of my own health. And I had seen my dear friend, Christina, who most of the people on this call are, came to Purium connected with Christina, who's one of our amazing mentors. I saw her change her health, and I was just like, okay, with everything I know about health and well-being, like whatever I see you doing, I need to try that. And within 2 weeks, I had full vitality, emotional balance, mental clarity, and was able to really show up in a different way in my relationship and with my daughter. And I got really inspired to share this with other mamas and seeing the immediate change that it had for my life. And it also really woke up in me what was possible in a new income stream and how I could move out of the dollar per hour model of needing to always physically be there with my patients, with my clients, to be able to get paid, and having to need to figure out when I'm with my daughter and when I'm with my clients, and to be able to work from home and be able to help more people to thrive, and to be able to move beyond just dollar per hour into a passive and residual income stream, helping more people and using my time to help more people. So I've been really passionate about this, and that's what we're here to share, what I've found along the way, in addition to my health and my child and the children that I live with in this community, all loving to have this nutrition in their bodies. It's so fun to give them popsicles made from these superfoods, and just they ask for it all day long, and it's like the most fun kind of treat to give them. But what I've received beyond the health and beyond the income is an amazing community here. And that's what you're going to get a little view into today, is people's stories of healing on the health level, people's stories of empowerment on an economic level for their families, and also a view into what an amazing community we have here. That is one of the things that a lot of families struggle with in our nuclear family model, is being a nuclear family, whether that's solo parenting or parenting in partnership. A lot of people experience isolation and feel very alone. And so our community is one of the greatest, beautiful aspects of what we have here: support and, aligned values. And I hear somebody's little scraping. So maybe if somebody's not on mute, I don't know if that is. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I wanna lead us into, is really, getting a sense of people's stories. I'm here to just be the hostess with the mostest, so sharing and introducing people who are going to share their really powerful stories. So first, I'd love to bring on Alohi, and she's going to share more and give a sense of what we are doing as a Purium community, and the greater mission for supporting people, supporting the earth, and supporting the health of all beings that Purium has. And we'll continue to touch in on this, but I want to bring in other voices first, and then we'll go into more of it along the way. So Alohi, I welcome you to come and share your story.
Thank you, Leah. Mahalo for this space. This is so beautiful. Thank you so much. Aloha. My name is Alohi. I just have to ask, can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I am from the Big Island of Hawaii. I am a mama of 5. I'm gonna be 33 this year, which means I had a bunch of kids in a short amount of time. And when I had my first child, I was raw vegan. So that was like the best I had ever felt. But when I had my second child, I was like a straight carnivore. And I could tell there was something lacking in me because of my extreme shift in diet. And I've just been, I knew that I was depleted in minerals and vitamins and nutrients all the way around. So fast forward to 2019, I was at this very important community event that was helping in the protection of our sacred mountain, Mauna Kea. And I ran into Erica, and she had a booth there, and she was shaking it up for the community, making those power shakes. And I tried them, and every cell in my body wanted more. I was in a place in my life at that time where I wanted change. I needed change. I wanted to take better care of my health, and I wanted to manifest abundance and wealth. And at that time, I wasn't ready. And I wasn't ready emotionally or mentally. It wasn't until my birthday last year that I was gifted a pack of Purium. And I'm laughing because it's just funny how it comes back around to you in some way, what you need. And so when I got it for my birthday, I drank it all day, every day. And I was reminded of how beneficial it was to me and my children. And, you know, my kids were asking for it every morning. And I'm like, yeah, of course. So this year I made a promise to myself to make my health a priority because I was tired of wanting it, but never attaining it. And so I ran into Erica at another community event, you know, where I just have to say thank you so much, Erica, because you are such a beautiful support for our community, and you sharing all the things that PRM has to offer has been, I've seen it firsthand, so beneficial to our community. So anyway, I let her know that I was finally ready, and she gave me a call a week later, and she was so supportive, and I felt so safe and held. And I jumped on board with her. And I really like what you said, Leah, about the community is probably one of the most beautiful things about this journey, because for me, it's been the community, you know, that Purium has to offer. And I felt so safe and so supported. And I have felt that my experiences are valid. And, you know, like you were saying, it's hard with the nuclear family. So anyway, I've just been sharing my story, and it has inspired people around me to change their lifestyles as well, and, you know, make their health a priority. And it's been wonderful, and I'm really excited to be here, and I'm really excited to expand and grow in this journey. So thank you.
Thank you, Alohi. Wow. What a powerful story. And I'm so happy that you're here and that you get to support yourself, your own well-being, and your children. And it's really, yeah, beautiful testament to, you know, how spirit works through us also, that it like planted these seeds and you knew, and just like the right timing and alignment. So I'm really excited for you. And yeah, look forward to knowing you more. And yeah, Alohi mentioned that Dave, who is the founder, Dave and Amy, the founders of Purium, they have been really committed to sending free superfoods to support different movements that are happening, both with Mauna Kea and with Standing Rock, and after disasters in Hawaii. And there's a big mission and movement to really give and support people, especially people who are doing work for the earth and standing for those that don't have the voices that we know how to listen to. So thank you. Yeah, love to bring that in. It's something that really, for me, inspired me about aligning with this company, which I never thought I would align with the company, but we have more power when we do that, actually. So next I want to introduce Rakaira. So one of the ways that we also do more personal, that Purium does more personal support for people and wanting to really uplift mamas and families, is we have a movement called the Million Mom Movement that is specifically focused on families and on mamas and on supporting with health and with income. And we have a scholarship program for people who have been having economic hardship, and to be able to support them to come up, to help their families to thrive, to feel good, and to create an income stream. And Rakaira has been a recipient of this scholarship, and so grateful for you being here, Rakaira. I'd love for you to come on and share your story, and yeah, and bring your voice forward.
Thank you so much, Leah, for having me, everyone, for having me, community. My name is Rakaira. I am a mother of a 2.5-year-old. And before I had my 2-year-old, I actually never really planned on having a child. So she was not planned. However, she was not a mistake. Before becoming a mom, I was a yoga teacher, an herbalist. I learned about tonic teas when I moved to California to find the answers of why I was so depressed and feeling so suicidal. I used to eat dairy, meat, processed foods, corner store foods, fast food, just not understanding of what would do to my body. So I was emotionally depleted, and it almost cost me my life. Luckily, I found herbalism and superfoods in California. Fast forward to 2000 and 2018, had my child, and realized that I am embracing motherhood. She was in my belly, and so from there on, I made a promise that I would make sure that this child would be as healthy as possible, and that meant changes in my life that I needed to make. I had stopped drinking, smoking cigarettes, doing all the things in 2017 before she actually was coming, but I think she planned on coming. But becoming a mother, breastfeeding, I also was still building my business as a yoga teacher. I was doing virtual classes during the pandemic. So stay-at-home mom, doing virtual classes, also being a full-time mama. Time management was a very, unorganized juggling thing for me. Also being depleted. So nursing, depleted, being a full-time mama, building a business. I was tired. I was not able to sleep. I could barely sleep, maybe 3 hours at night. She co-slept with us. My nourishments were, I was bloated. I was just really foggy. So I wasn't having the energy that I really was hoping to have while having a child. I was actually adding on my herbs, my Chinese medicine, but there was something that was lacking. I also had stopped eating meat, when she was starting to eat foods, because I just kind of knew of what certain foods would do to a person's body. So I didn't want that for her. But also I was dealing with anxiety, depression, sadness, isolation from not being able to go see any other mamas or play dates. So in 2020, when the movement, the George Floyd movement happened, I actually was afraid to leave my house, dealing with a lot of, racism and just like the hatred and just all the segregation that was going on. And I had friends who had introduced me to Purium before, but I guess at that time I wasn't ready until the summer, where I was praying for the answers. I ended up finding Purium with my dear friend, and she told me about the Million Mile Movement Scholarship. I applied. Honestly, my whole goal and my plan in life was to have my own tonic and superfood company. So Purium comes in and says, hello, you're a mama, and we would like to give you this opportunity to not only nourish your body, which saved my whole body, my energy. I feel like younger than 34. I feel like I'm coming back to myself as Rakaira, the dancer, the healer. But you can also build your business, and we will help you with mentorship and trainings. And it was just like, not only can I collaborate all of my businesses into one, but I have a community of support of mamas and caregivers who are really there to help me be able to help others. So it has been literally a blessing in my life. But not only that, but my 2.5-year-old knows about power shakes and smoothies, and she wants the apothecary drink, or, you know what I'm saying? So I know that I'm giving her that opportunity that I didn't have when I was her age. So that is just something that I look forward to in continuing on sharing my story and helping other families support themselves as well. So thank you so much, team, for letting me share and be part of the community.
Wow, amazing. Thank you, Rakaira. What a powerful story. I'm so grateful that we're here together, and that that you and your friend aligned right in that moment, and that it was just like the perfect way that you don't have to have all of that overhead of like creating your own business and figuring that out. And that is just, it's a lot to do that. So to be able to tap into this and be able to bring this forward to other people and to your child from such an early age, so powerful. Yeah. And and Rakaira spoke to how Chinese medicine, so I mentioned earlier, I'm an acupuncturist. And one of the things that I discovered along the way, because I've always been passionate about getting to the root of what's going on with people's health, is that several things I've discovered here. One is that most of our food that we get in grocery stores is nutrient poor because our soils are nutrient poor. So even if we're eating a whole foods diet and not eating fast food and not eating processed foods, very few of us are getting the nutrients that we need, right? And then we're also living in a world full of chemical toxins, and that permeates our food, our water, our air. And so people are functioning with toxins in their system and nutrient deficiency. And so food by itself and herbs by themselves don't actually get to that root. And so what I discovered for myself was like in this quest to get to the root of why are people imbalanced in their health, Chinese medicine, Ayurveda are beautiful, beautiful medicines, and yet they were developed hundreds of years ago before we lived in a chemical-filled world. And so that's why what we have here is so powerful, because it gets to that next level of helping to clear out the toxins and bring in the nutrients. And that's really getting to the root, to the core level of health, and why so many people with so many different health imbalances receive healing with what we have. So just wanted to bring that in, as you know, you mentioned the Chinese medicine, and it was something that I had to like look at as I was coming in here, like, does this align with everything that I've been trained before? And then seeing, oh, it goes deeper. So yeah, thank you. So I want to introduce our next people. We're going to have a new mama and papa sharing, and Anna and Bruno, they have just had their baby 4 weeks ago, and they're going to be sharing their powerful story of everything from pre-pregnancy through pregnancy and into now. So welcome, Anna and Bruno.
Thank you. Thank you, Leah, for holding this beautiful space. Yes, and this is Echo Rio. He came to us about 4 weeks ago, like you said. And my story begins about 4 years ago. I was in Costa Rica, actually, and decided that it was time to clean up my act. It was time to clean my body, because I knew my children were coming to me in the next like 4 years, which I was pretty accurate with that. And so I began to just eliminate things that other people have mentioned, just like toxins in general, toxic meat, toxic any chemicals that come through. And about 2 years into that, I was really loving it. It was basically a plant-based lifestyle, and I was loving it, and I knew I was on the right path for myself, but it wasn't quite enough. And thankfully, my friend Mary Beth Fleming came into my path, and she offered Purium, and I got on the products, and I think like 3 days later, I became a brand partner. Just because I was that sold. It was instantly, just like Leah was saying, because of the deficiency. I was on this beautiful plant-based lifestyle, but because of the deficiency in our grocery stores, I wasn't being completely nurtured. And so it totally filled in all the gaps that I was looking for, and began to really clean my body and get it ready for to be home for 9 months plus, you know, for breastfeeding afterwards. So and I'm just so grateful that I did find these products before I was pregnant. A, to clean myself beforehand, and B, because I prepared Echo's home for him to get rid of glyphosate. And when I heard that, a lot of times when glyphosate studies happen, and they do it with they research like umbilical cords, and they find glyphosate in umbilical cords, that like really got me to like stay on the biomedic and keep cleaning myself for the sake of this child's life and for myself. So and I wanted to kind of touch on my postpartum. Like, yes, the products absolutely supported me through the pregnancy and through the birth. Even I could just feel the power. I did a home birth, non-medicated, and didn't even think about pain. I just knew that my body was healthy and powerful because of everything I've been putting into it. And so into postpartum, Bruno is my postpartum partner, of course, and he was just like dosing me with the aminos, like 2 to 3 times dosing, so like 15 sometimes a day. And when the midwife checked me out on like day 5, she couldn't believe how fast, like I had a tear, and she couldn't believe how fast it cured itself. And I do give props to the aminos and other like pelvic floor structure. I feel pretty much normal on 4 weeks postpartum. So just so much gratitude. And what do you want to add with the postpartum?
Well, I just wanted to say I'm not surprised that Anna had such a energetic pregnancy. We were hiking up mountains, going on, just up the trail, even when she was on her due date. So the energy was there. She felt good. She's been in a good mood mostly the whole time. And for me, like as a caretaker, it's been a huge blessing. Well, first of all, because I'm cleaning up around. I don't have to cook as much. I can just bring her power shake a couple times a day, bring her some aminos, and then that way, when I do make her a meal, I can take the time to make her something really nice instead of what most people in the U.S. do, is just like frozen microwave food and anyhow. And then on the other side, because we work from home, I've been able to just take care of her here. So I'm working on my business, I'm taking care of her, bringing her power shake, and it's been like super, super blessed for me to, raise a child and get to learn, about Echo, like with Anna together, because I'm at the house, working and taking care of her.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'll add on the business side too, being supported by the passive income and my team just still rocking it while I get to bond and take care of my family. It's just a prayer answered, absolutely.
Beautiful. Thank you, Anna and Bruno. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good to see you three.
You too.
I'm so happy that you get to be supported to really have your postpartum time and be financially supported during that. That is one of the things that, in the US, so few people get to stay home with their babies and actually be supported, especially when we've been working, like I said, in a $1 per hour model, and how we have to figure out, or Rakaira showing up for teaching, and how we figure out how to balance the two and not be with our kids and to make money. And so if that's something that you've been struggling with, like, how do I both be present and available for my children and make money to support my family? This is, a solution, a way to be home, be able to make your own time, be able to have location freedom as well. So I'm gonna, Anna and Bruno referred to several of the products. So I'm actually going to give it over to Daniela here, who's going to do a deeper share around the products, so that if some of these words that were floating around, the aminos, biomedic, you're like, what? I don't know what any of that means. I'm going to introduce Daniela to share her story, and also go into a little bit more explanation about what are these superfoods that we've been talking about, what's in them. We've been alluding to them. So I'm going to invite Daniela to come in and share some more information. Thank you, Daniela.
Hola, hi everyone. Can you hear me?
You're good.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, I just wanted to say wow, and thank you to everyone who's shared up until now, because these are super powerful stories that I haven't heard before, and I resonate with every single one of you. And I feel that, every day I just keep hearing more and more stories that I can connect with, and I just want to echo these words.
Daniela, the wind is a little bit cutting it off. If there's like a corner you can duck into, maybe.
How about now?
That's better.
This better?
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely. Thank you.
So anyways, yeah, sorry, I'm on the street, but yeah, I have to kind of say, very much similar to everyone else. I think I found Purium at a perfect time, even though I wish I had found it sooner. I wish I had found it when I was pregnant, but at least I found it during my postpartum. I'm a mother of 2, and with my first son, I actually suffered from severe breastfeeding depletion. So keeping weight has always been an issue for me. I've always had very quick metabolism. And after breastfeeding my first son for 1.5 years, I went down to 90 pounds. I was basically skin and bones. I'm an organic farmer, so I always eat really well, and I couldn't eat for the life of me. Like there was not enough food on the planet to keep me nurtured and to keep me with energy. So it took me 3 years to put that weight back on and actually regain that energy, regain my strength, to feel myself again. So when I was breastfeeding my second son, he was about 4 or 5 months old when I started seeing myself kind of on the same path again. And I needed something that could help me, something that aligned with my vision. Again, I'm an organic farmer. I'm very picky about what I eat. I'm very picky about what I feed to my family. I know too much that I can never forget. So finding Purium was literally a godsend. Um, and also making echo of what Bruno said. You know, I work full time, have 2 kids, I have a life. I didn't really have all of the time that I would need to spend in the kitchen all day cooking up all of these meals and building up my nutrition. So Purium was really the perfect solution, and it still is. I've been drinking it for 2 years and I absolutely love these products. And just to give like a more specific breakdown, when you get your pack, if you go for the ultimate lifestyle transformation, you're going to get a bunch of products, and sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming, like, what is all of this? So just to give you a quick run through, we have one product called the Power Shake, which is the famous green shake that we love drinking all the time and shaking up in our bottles. Also, you can substitute that with another one called Super Meal, which I always recommend for breastfeeding mothers or pregnant mothers because it has a higher calorie content and it's a little bit more filling. But basically, both of these shakes are full of more than 14, 15 different fruits and veggies and superfoods. So the amount of energy that you get from these shakes, and it really takes away all sorts of cravings of like, I need carbs to fill myself to feel satisfied. It just really takes that away, and it really nourishes your body on a cellular level. There's another product, it's these white capsules, it's called Amino 23s. And this is probably the product that I feel supported me the most in regaining weight and coming back to feeling strong and feeling mentally alert and really on top of my game. Because literally we breastfeed our neurons away. So I feel that the Amino 23s really are, you know, essential for any breastfeeding mama to regain her strength, to keep up her vitality, to make sure that she's not suffering from brain fog or any other aspect of depletion. The third product that we have is called Biomedic, which for me was kind of mind-blowing when I first saw that Purium had this product, because I've spent so many years fighting against Monsanto and educating people about glyphosate, and also feeling very worried on a personal level and for my family, because I knew all of the harm that glyphosate did in our bodies and all the havoc it wreaked in our immune systems, but I didn't really have any specific tools to get it out of my system, because you can avoid it as much as you want, but sometimes it's unavoidable, you know? So to find a product that literally eliminates glyphosate from our system is a game changer for me. So that's really, really important. The fourth product that comes in the pack is called Apothecary, and it's a liquid concentrate of tart cherry. It has no other ingredients. It's just that. And this is super, super high in naturally occurring melatonin, and it's very, very antioxidant. So it really helps to get that deep nighttime sleep and that deep rejuvenation on a cellular level at night. So you wake up very rested, you wake up ready to face the next day. You know, it really is, it allows your body to really take advantage of those sleep hours. May they be little or may they be a lot. You wake up very much rejuvenated and relivened. And then the last product that comes in the pack is, maybe you'll take it, maybe you won't. It's called Super Cleanser. And this is specific for like a really deep colon cleanse, and also for eliminating parasites in the body, which is super important, especially for anyone who's living in the tropics, like I am. Our ancestral indigenous communities around the world used to have yearly parasite cleansing protocols, and that's something that's been lost in newer generations. So it's really, really important to give our body that chance to eliminate these parasites that may be accumulated. Specifically for pregnant and breastfeeding mamas, it's not recommended because it is so powerful that you will actually pass on these toxins through your breast milk. So we do recommend that breastfeeding mamas save it for a later date when you're no longer breastfeeding. You can do like a 10-day quick parasite cleanse whenever you feel the need. But basically, that's the rundown of these amazing products. As I said, it really has saved me, and it saved me from depletion. And also, on another note, kids are very different. So my first son, he ate any fruit or vegetable that you would put in front of him. And I thought that's the way it would be with my second one. And I was very much mistaken. My second son is super, super picky. He does not like vegetables, but he loves his power shake. And it gives me such peace of mind to give him my power shake every morning and know that he's covered in all of his nutrients for the rest of the day, whether he eats his vegetables or not. So really it's such a peacemaker in my house, and it gives me such great peace of mind besides really nourishing me and allowing me to be the best mama that I can. So thank you so much.
Wow, amazing, Daniela. Muchas gracias. That was an incredible share. And wow, I didn't know that about, I didn't know that the ancestral and indigenous peoples of the earth have done, at least in your area, have done parasite cleanses every year. That's really amazing to know and think about. Like, that's just new information. So thank you. And yeah, I am with you completely on, like I said at the beginning, being able to give this to my kids. My daughter hardly will sit down and eat a meal, but she will eat popsicles, the Purium popsicles all day long. And I'm just like, okay, great. You don't need to eat pasta and some broccoli that's been sitting in the fridge for a couple days because you're getting so much more nutrition with this. Yeah. So thank you for sharing all of that information so that people can understand more about these powerful products. And thanks for being here, Kelly. And I want to bring on Alexis to share your story. Thanks for coming here, Mama. I so appreciate you and love working with you. I'm happy for you to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. So grateful to be here. I'm Alexis. I live in Honolulu, Hawaii with my partner, and we have a 2-year-old son. I'm going to share my story from when my son was a month old. I had this precious, sweet little baby that I didn't ever want to leave, but I decided to start picking up gigs again because while I was so grateful we were living with and being so supported by my partner's family, I really wanted to have a home of our own. And now if we have another child, I would like to have created enough income so that I don't have to leave my baby to go to work. So when I went back to work, I was running around doing all sorts of gigs. I had a liquor demo company, which I was grateful I could pretty much make my own schedule with, but it didn't always feel in alignment with my value system. I also did really fun community events. I taught kids dance, Shakti Flow, and managed my partner's music and dance studio. All of these gigs were in person. So when Hawaii went on lockdown because of the pandemic, all of these gigs got put on hold and we had no idea when or how our next check would come. So we had to make the difficult decision to close down our beloved dance studio. And I remember one day laying down on the floor, nursing my baby, crying, feeling hopeless, anxious, uncertain how to pull off the life that I wanted to create to give to my son. And I was also feeling super exhausted and depleted from nursing throughout the night and was having a hard time even focusing to figure out what I wanted to do. So I'm so grateful that Leah called me one day and offered this beautiful possibility for my family. And like, I felt a full yes in my body, like, yes, it's time for a health reset. You need some deeper nourishment. And I was willing to check out how I could make an income from home with this. So within the first few days of taking the superfoods, I started to feel more energized, more mentally clear, more patient, like I had more capacity, and I was starting to feel more hopeful about our future. And then listening to our community calls, I just fell in love with this community and was so inspired and uplifted and empowered. And I caught the vision of, wow, this is a way that I could create an income stream from home, support my community with these beautiful offerings, and support the planet. And this felt totally in alignment with my value system. And I've been so grateful to be on this journey for this last year. And I see how it's going to be the thing that can fund our dreams to own a home one day, to rebuild our music and dance studio, and build a retreat center where families can come to heal and dance and play and learn together. So thank you so much, Leah, for sharing this beautiful opportunity with me. It's been such a blessing to my life.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Alexis. Growing healthy families and helping people grow their dreams here. Yeah, that's really a lot of what we're about in this community, is uplifting each other's dreams, uplifting our health, uplifting each other economically so that we can dream a bigger dream of what that looks like, whether it's for our personal family or how we're in service to the world. You know, there's this relationship with wealth, and a lot of us have a lot of healing to do with money and our relationship with money. And one of the things that we do here is really support people to heal that and know that the more that we are able to embody wealth and to have that, the more change that we can make. Because a lot of what has happened is because money's in the hands of people who aren't so much caring for the earth or for the health of people. So that's what we're here to do, is uplift and create a bigger movement and a bigger ripple. And I'm going to invite Erica, my dear sister, to share more about the business opportunity here, in addition to her powerful story as another mama of 5. I love working with you, Erica. I'm so grateful that you're here, and I want to invite you to bring your voice in.
Oh, thank you so much. Aloha. It is such an honor to be with you all here today. I'm coming to you from the big island of Hawaii. And this call has really just like brought me to chills. I mean, I think every time I hear people's stories of transformation through Purium, I feel the same, just like heartwarmed, activated way. And truly, this has been life transformational for me. So when I found Purium, I had newly become a single mother. I had just really ended a toxic relationship of almost 13 years. And I was drastically in need of support on every level. So I had had 5 babies in 10 years. And I really was, for 13 years without a pause, consecutively pregnant and or nursing. So I was like in a nutritional drought. To say depleted is even like an understatement. And just to color in the picture for you, what that looked like for me is my hair and my teeth were literally falling out. My nails were splitting down the middle. And I was in such a deep state of demineralization. And I even saw it ripple out. Like I noticed my 5th baby, when his teeth came in, they literally, like as soon as they showed up, within I'd say weeks or months, just like withered away. And it alarmed me. It was really a wake-up call just to how much I was in that deep state of demineralization, and I wasn't able, when my child was in the womb, to help him really develop with full strength of calcium and enamel and bone and teeth and hair strength. So I was desperate for change. I was like praying for solutions. And I was also in a state of stress and overwhelm and trying to recover on the day to day, let alone how to think ahead. So I had a friend share about cleanses, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is incredible. Like this would be safe for a nursing mother. Because I'd been such a baby factory, I was hoping that I would be able to return to some kind of cleansing program that I'd always embraced like a decade before in my life, but I never found anything that was safe for pregnant and nursing mothers. So I was so overjoyed to bring this nutrition into my life. And from the first time that I smelled the products and had my first shake, I just felt like I came back to life. Like I started to come out of that nutritional drought by every cell in my body feeling like hydrated and coming to fullness. And it really truly brought me back to life on every level. And then my children beside me couldn't get enough of it as well. So we just started really flooding our bodies with this nutrition all day, every day. And I really saw the vision of how I could start to feel inspired to share this with others. I went from being in overwhelm and isolation to really creating community in my life. And the more mothers and families that I was in contact with, the more natural it began to just talk about what was working so well. The kids are just drinking the shake, sharing with other kids, and they're all walking around with their green mustaches. And it was just like a dream come true to be able to share that. So it opened a lot of doors for me. And within a short period of time of having this in my life, what I discovered is that it really opened all the possibilities up again for me to be able to see getting ahead in life as a woman who was now solely providing for her 5 children. And I was searching for a truly sustainable way to be a mom at home that I could be present with my family and yet still create an income stream. So before this, I had been an entrepreneur all my life. I'd been a trained natural food chef. I've been an author on superfood nutrition. I've been an organic farmer. I've started so many businesses trying to really make all the wheels turn and all the family needs met. And as my family grew, so grew just enormous responsibility. And really because when I was in partnership with my children's father and we were trying to make all the wheels turn, we were running many, many businesses as solo entrepreneurs. And what that looked like was every day, all day, even into the night, was a labor of love trying to grow our business from all aspects of just carrying all those responsibilities, growing products and manufacturing and services and promoting and education and marketing. And it was, well, it just ran us down to like having nothing left. And definitely for me, there was a low-lying financial stress, but there was also a feeling of self-care, and really taking care of myself was just like the thing that I sacrificed that fell short every day. And I was trying to keep up with so much more. So when Purium was shared with me, and I thought, wow, this is a company with a fully working wheel with all systems in place, all the community support, all the training is available. They really do like 90% of having a business for us. And yet this is an entrepreneurial opportunity where all I really have to do is show up and share my story and like open and nurture conversations and friendships and relationships and help other people see if this might be a match for them and what might also be an opportunity to elevate their quality of life with their physical or their financial health. And those two are such incredible, important pieces in our life. And I also want to highlight these additional pieces of creating community and personal development, because those are things that have truly, truly benefited me in so many ways to be able to grow skill sets and mindset and really learn skills how to have a more successful entrepreneurial business. And yet that is all part of the turnkey incredible package that we receive when we decide to partner with Purium. So it can begin as an opportunity to bring a month's supply of nutrition into your life at a super affordable price, and yet you can get an unlimited income earning potential turnkey business that comes free with your nutritional package. So that's incredible. You get to really eat your entire investment. You have no rent, no overhead, no insurance. You don't have to stock products. You just have to be willing to just share about this. So for me, that was the best part of this whole business model. And plus the feeling of just feeling so grateful and gratified being of service to my community in that way, to be able to share this with people who are truly in need and know that every time someone receives this, it really brought just healing testimonials and so much gratitude circling back into our lives. So this is an incredible experience that the company is going to reward you for every referral you ever make. And you're going to be able to, with this business model, create a unique referral code. And then you can pass that on digitally or however you like. We have so many ways to help you learn how to do this. And it can become something that you add in as an additional layer of side income stream. It can support you if you're already an entrepreneur or a health practitioner, or you're totally new to being in business for yourself, no matter where you're at. And it can also quickly grow into a primary income stream. So just to give you that reflection, where I have come, this has become a primary income stream for me. And in 4.5 years of doing this, I've now been able to land in a home and grow my family and help support my mother to retire and really see a future for so much more that I can create with this. So I just want to thank you all for being here today and joining us. And I've been so grateful to have this opportunity to share. Thank you, Leah, and for all the people tuning in with us today. Have a beautiful day, and just get back with the person who invited you here today, and they can help answer all of your follow-up questions and guide you where to get started.
Woohoo! Thank you, Erica. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful day. I'm going to end the call here. So thanks for being here, everyone.